Hey YouTube, we are on a roll. We're gonna jump right on into this. William Cooper. I was listening to Let Us Find the Truth. Welcome to all the new subscribers. I don't know if I just did it or not. I'm going to read a couple of chapters of this and then go spend time with my family. I do have to work tonight. I've been closed up in my woman's den all day. So, let's go. We're on chapter 8. And this is page 160 on the PDF, page 164 on the PDF program that I'm using. Are the sheep ready to shear? Oklahoma HB 1750 test case for the police state. Gary North recently wrote about one of the scariest pieces of socialistic police state legislation to arrive on the scene to date. On January 1st, 1991, a new 96-page state law goes into effect. HB 1750 passed last year in 1989. It requires all Oklahoma residents to declare everything they own to the tax collector. Everything: guns, coins, art collections, furniture, business equipment, bank accounts, household furniture, etc. Forms will be distributed through the banks. Any taxpayer who refuses to fill out the form and submit it to the tax assessor by March 15th, the idea of the Ides of March will be visited by an assessor. He will ask permission to enter the home or place of business. If this request is denied, he will be issued a search warrant. Any property not previously listed or undervalued will be assessed a penalty of up to 20% of its market value. This will make renters into the property taxpayers and make life easy for the gun grabbers. What are the investment implications of this? Invest in a good gun and be standing on your porch with gun in hand when they pay you a visit. It is clear where the tax collectors are headed next. Oklahoma will be a test case. If they can pull this off, the other states will follow. Big Brother wants to know all and to tax all. Eventually, the New World Order will eliminate all private property, redistribute the wealth, and this inventory will tell them how much exists and exactly where it is stored. Of course, the Oklahoma tax assessor will share its information with the other federal and state agencies. Will they get away with this blatant disregard for civil and constitutional rights? That is exactly the reason for the law, to find out if it will meet with strong or violent opposition. If the citizens of Oklahoma lie down and allow this to happen, then you can bet everyone else in the nation is going to be subjected to the same or similar law. It is time to stand up with a weapon and scream. Enough. It is time to draw the line. It is time to make decisions and carry them out. It is time to resist at any and all costs. The penalty for failing to do so is slavery. It is not time for rebellion. It is time for a restoration. The Constitution must be again, as it once was, the supreme law of the land. Federalism is treason. Stand up and fight. Now we know who the Constitution is for, who it was written by at this point. So there was some truth from another point of view. Good way to put it. That's true to those who have invaded our land. Now we're going to go right on ahead into Chapter 9, Anatomy of an Alliance, the logic for the New World Order, the glue that binds the alliance of power, and the consequences. All that is necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. Edmund Burke, 1729 to 1797. We are on Chapter 9, page 164 on the PDF, page 167 on the PDF program. The reasons for cooperation between opposing forces. I give lectures all over the United States. At some point before, during, or after every lecture, some well-meaning but misguided soul tells me that I have it all wrong and that it's the Jews, the Catholics, the communists, or the bankers that are the cause of all our ills. The target group is blamed for everything that has ever gone wrong. Power over everyone and everything is always attributed to this group, whichever group it happens to be at the moment, to that person. These poor people are on the right track in that there has been and certainly is a conspiracy to bring about totalitarianism. That's wrong. Totalitarian world order. They are completely off track to think that any one ethnic, religious, or financial group I'm sorry, I'll be losing my train of thought sometimes. Financial group alone could ever muster enough power to bring its plan to fruition. One group, you see, would always be opposed by all of the other special interest groups that exist and have always existed throughout history. That is, unless they were all really the same group, the Illuminati, or for some reason they became unified. The Bilderberg group, the one group scenario, except for the Illuminati, has been used effectively to divert your attention away from the truth. It has caused you to fight each other in a manipulation that always leads the real conspiracy closer to its ultimate goal, a new world order. Those of you who believe that Hitler was financed by Jews so that he could murder Jews have a serious logic deficit. The fanatical leftists who tout that it's Nazis behind the conspiracy have ignored the fact that very wealthy Jews are certainly involved, along with many Catholics, Protestants, communists, atheists, capitalists, Freemasons, etc., all of whom are diametrically opposed to each other, at least on the surface. Those on the right who believe that it is communist.
Daddy, Daddy. Cookies.
Wait.
They are cookies.
Okay. What? Let me see. Let me kiss him.
Funny. A turtle.
That's a sweet show. Let me take a picture. Come here. Shut that door, Pharaoh. Okay. Those on the right who believe that is communists forget that the U.S. bankers financed the creation of the Soviet Union. Financial assistance from many different countries, institutions, and peoples of opposing religious and political beliefs has been the only thing that has kept the unworkable communist economy afloat for all of these years. Sorry. All of these years. The Rockefeller family has a bank branch in the Kremlin. Those on the right must also ask why whenever we have set out to stop communism, the United States has only strengthened communism. No modern war, no matter what it was called, has ever resulted in territorial gain for the winner. It is not because our leaders are communists, as claimed by the right. Communism was a creation meant to function as the antithesis to the United States. Many of our leaders, however, are Illuminati. The answer lies with the many faces of the Illuminati and the fact that several unifying reasons for bringing about the New World Order surfaced. Okay. Surfaced immediately following World War II. It is possible, however, that one or two or more of these reasons are not real, and those manipulations, the evidence indicates that they are real and dangerous, each in its own way, and must be dealt with quickly and thoroughly. If it were secretly discovered that extraterrestrial beings were visiting the Earth, it certainly would make sense to unite humanity against the possible threat that this would present. If extraterrestrials are not visiting Earth, then it would make sense to invent them in order to convince opposing forces to reunite or to unite against the threat. This has been done whether or not the alien beings in question exist. However, there are more believable and more immediate dangers that may be the reason for an alliance of so many traditionally opposing groups. Aliens will be discussed at length in a later chapter. The reason could be the threatened extinction of the human race by no other enemy than the human race itself. This threat may not be a manipulation. It may be real, and unless drastic measures are taken, many may materialize within the next 100 years. Following World War II, something happened. Something happened that was to have tremendous significance for the future of all mankind. The intellectuals took note of this happening and brought it to the attention of the world power elite. The elite were severely shaken by the predicted repercussions of this event. They were told that by or shortly after the year 2000, the total collapse of civilization as we know it and the possible extinction of the human race could occur. It could occur, that is, if we did not destroy the earth with nuclear weapons before then. They were told that the only things that could stop these predicted events would be severe cutbacks of the human population, the cessation or retardation of technological and economic growth, the elimination of meat in the human diet, strict control of future human reproduction, a total commitment to preserving the environment, colonization of space, and a paradigm shift in the evolutionary consciousness of man. Those in power immediately formed an alliance and set about bringing the recommended changes to fruition throughout propaganda, mind control, and other manipulations of the masses. The Illuminati's prayers had been, what was this event that caused so much consternation and changed forever the future of the world? Millions of soldiers returned from war. The soldiers found lonely, eager women waiting for them. The greatest coupling in the history of the human race occurred. The result was everyone born between 1941 and 1955 and the children that they would eventually produce. It was me and you and everyone who lives today. It was the great worldwide baby boom. It was the culmination of all man's efforts to survive throughout history. It was modern medicine, better diets, heat in the winter, pure running water, and proper disposal of sewage. And we're going to stop right there. That's on page 166. We know what he's saying is colonization. They came here. Once they all got stable, they all had babies. And that is where the population boosts as far as the colonizers, the invaders, the intruders. started. So pay attention to the timeline, peace and power, and we'll pick up right here.